Well, folks, I'm not at Word of Faith today. I'm at I'm at the I'm right next to Interstate 20 and Highway 145. That's where I am today, and I've just enjoyed me some ice cream. And we're talking today about the kingdom and strong men and the wise and the foolish and so forth and so on. Jesus said that a wise man, you should be able to tell one because he did, use some wisdom. But most people are not using wisdom today. They're using everything that the devil comes up with, and that's definitely not the wisdom that people need. And I have read, that knowledge has increased, but there ain't no knowledge of God increasing, at least in most areas, because they're getting fed a bunch of lies by the liar. I've asked somebody, or somebody's asked me today, well, just what group are you in? I said, I'm in this minority group, I guess. Well, which one is that? I said, well, it's the one that believes Jesus is the Christ and his Father is God, and that God raised him from the dead. They said, well, what church you belong to? I said, show me in the Bible quickly now where it says what church. It was the church at Corinth. It was the church at this. There were 7 churches got a letter, by John when he was in prison. And it was to 7 churches. I don't know what God would do if he wanted to write a church or write a letter to the church at Ruston. There must be 100 of them up there. And I don't know why these people think, that God is interested in a building on the corner. God's got a house in heaven that's really large. And Jesus talked about it. He said it was his Father's house. And there's even a place that says, where is the house that you'd build for me? The only person that God allowed to build him a house was Solomon. And God lived in that house and stayed in that house for a long time. And they, if the temple got tore down, then the temple got rebuilt, and God would be back in. Well, the last time God was in there was back there the day Jesus got crucified, and that was the day God left that temple. And on the way out, the veil in the temple was torn, from top to bottom, and God was gone. Now, I don't know why people think they're going to build a house for God and you're going to go sing in it till you get God to come down and visit you in it. But a lot of people are trying to do that, folks. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with singing and praising God, because there's nothing wrong with it. But it's the idea that some people have, that God is going to be pleased, just because you sang the song so many times. Well, I'm not interested in a whole lot of stuff, but I am really interested in the body of Christ. And that's what nobody seems to know a whole lot about. The body of Christ. And I ain't talking about the body that went up into the clouds that day. That's not the body that I'm talking about. There's supposed to be a body of Christ on the earth. And the body of Christ is supposed to do things. And the body of Christ has got to have in it what God put in it. If it don't have what God put in it, then it's not it, is it? Anyway, I hope you people are not, going to be so bad that, that God's going to come out with somebody, you brood of vipers or stiff-necked, whatever. But if you're afraid you in that category, you might want to try to get out. Anyway, today's another day. Jesus hadn't appeared, but he will. It's just a matter of time, folks. Just a matter of time. Yep. and we'll see what happens next. But today, I am at Highway 145 and Interstate 20. I hope you all have a wonderful day.